Morning, Rich.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing good, you?
Good, thanks. Where's your fluffy?
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
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 Hey,
Aaron, I see we have a quorum. Do we want to get started?
We do. I'm just taking roll right now, making sure I got everybody. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get started, Andy.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
so moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aaron, have we received any public comment?
Nothing that I am aware of at this point.
And secretary's report.
All right. So right now we have 195 blighted properties on the blighted property list. 59 of those are under some level of intervention by the Erie Land Bank or the Redevelopment Authority. On September 20th, we presented 15 blighted properties to the City of Erie Planning Commission for their declaration of blight in the Redevelopment Authority's motion to acquire those properties through condemnation as part of our blight mitigation program through the American Rescue Plan. So the Planning Commission declared those properties as blighted. So those 15 properties now reduced by 2. One has been removed because of bankruptcy. So we're going to review that process and see how bankruptcy affects condemnation action. There's just some work that the legal wants to do on that. And then one of the properties has been determined to be occupied by the appraiser. So we're going to pull that one and review it for future condemnation action. The 25 condemnations the redevelopment authority filed in August, we received one preliminary objection that was on the property on State Street. The bank who holds the mortgage on the property reached out to the authority's attorney. So now their attorney is working with ours to see about going about that a different way, seeing if the bank has any interest in it and whether or not we can proceed with acquiring that property without condemnation. So that one we will determine here over the next few weeks. We have one property on 11th Street. We're going to enter into a relinquishment agreement with the owner of that property. It's one of those where the exterior of the property is in far worse condition than the interior. So I feel very confident that by the end of the year, he should be able to satisfy the relinquishment agreement and the authority will be able to relinquish ownership back to that owner. So I know it's relinquishment agreements is not something that I like as the redevelopment authority's option, but in this case, I feel comfortable with that. So right now that's what's going on. And so that's my secretary's report.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Have we received any correspondence?
We've received some correspondence in regards to the property at 221 Locust Street. Mike and I have been involved in some emails back and forth on that property with the out-of-town owner. So their legal team is now involved with the redevelopment authority's legal team, since that is one of the properties under condemnation action, to see what, if anything, we will back down on, which that is not our stance on that property. So that one's going to proceed unless otherwise determined by the courts, but that's about the only correspondence we've received in the last month.
All right, thank you. Old business.
All right, so we have several properties for blight rescission, all due to demolition at this point. 223 West 20th Street, 1268 East 21st Street, 422 Poplar Street, 627 East 8th Street, 443 East 16th Street, and 440 East 9th Street, which one of those is a private demo. The rest are Erie Land Bank demos. And then as you can see, we removed some of them. The land bank has demolished some other properties. Those were properties acquired at the judicial tax sale last year that were determined to be demolition candidates. They weren't declared blighted by the BPRC. They very well could have been, but the land bank demolished them because we optioned them off the tax sale.
I listed them on the agenda as a mistake, the ones that were not already blighted. I assumed they were because they were demolished. That was my mistake.
Mike, has all the properties, they've been backfilled, seeded, graded?
They've all except for East 16th Street, 443. There is fill, dirt, and seed on site. They went to seed it last week, and we got hit with a ton of rain, but it'll be completed within the next 2 days. They have material on site and the machines on site. They were just waiting for weather. Yeah, here's the pictures. It's there now. There's topsoil on outside of the picture as well, and there's hay and seed ready. So it should be done within the next day or two.
I'll make a motion to rescind the listed
Second.
properties.
Second, Aaron.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, new business.
Okay, good morning, everyone. We have I have six properties to present this month. First up is 1130 East 5th Street. This owner has been MIA for quite some time. The original case we had on this is dated back to 2016, or let's see. No, I'm sorry, this one is dated back to September of 20. It's been without power for quite some time. The utilities have been shut off the water since December 10th of 2019. There is about $600 worth of back water and sewer fees owed. This was the one that we have police constantly kicking people out of because it's a break and entering and squatting type of thing. I think we did have a lien on it to pick up some junk and debris out in the front at one point. Let's see. There are back taxes, or let's see, this one does not have back taxes owed, which makes me wonder if there's a mortgage on it. We have sent notices out. This has also become a dumping ground in the background. People are dumping tires and debris and things like that in the front. It is vacant. I would consider it abandoned. The first notice was sent in June of 2018. We sent a notice in May of 2019. We have notice in May of 2020. In June of this year, there was a quality of life ticket ordered in August of 19. It was posted with an order to correct sticker before we filed the lien on August 4th, 2022. A repair demo order was sent in October of 2022, and they were just cited yesterday. None of these citations, notices, or postings have been responded to. The rumor from the neighbor next door is that there was an owner and a tenant. The owner moved to Buffalo, and then shortly after that, the tenant moved to Buffalo, and the utilities have been off. It was wide open the last time we were there. We secured it, and we were able to go inside to make sure no one was in there before we secured it, and the inside looks worse than the outside, actually.
Do I have a motion to Blake?
So moved.
Second?
Second, Aaron.
Dave beats Aaron. All
All
in
right.
favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Next up, we have 238 East 31st Street. This one, the owner is deceased. It's been vacant and abandoned. He died, the owner bought it in 2008 through a regular deed. He passed away this April, just past April in 2022, and it's been vacant and abandoned ever since. He had two brothers and two sisters who are also deceased. So there is no next of kin that we can find. We did not find any estate or any responsible parties to respond to any of our notices. The backyard is extremely overgrown. I tried to get pictures of the back of it, but you couldn't really see because of how tall the grass and weeds are. The neighbors on both sides would be interested in this property if we were to acquire it. There's a leak and a hole in the roof. People are dumping debris and shrubs on the front lawn driving by. Both neighboring properties keep their properties pretty immaculate, pretty clean. We had notices sent in August of 20, in August of 22, and a repair demo order was sent this past August in 2022. We don't have any citations or quality of life tickets issued because there's simply no one to issue them to. All concerning parties are deceased as far as we know. There are back taxes owed to 2019 and $9,611. The water's been off since December of 2019, and there are back fees owed of about $600 in water and sewer and garbage.
Okay. Do I have a motion to Blake?
Motion to blight, Aaron.
Second?
Second, Aaron.
All in favor, say aye.
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 So next up, there are two parcels next to each other. One's a vacant lot, but they're extremely close. In fact, the one parcel ends right at the front back steps of the first one. So we'll go with 431 East 16th Street to start with. They're two different owners. This original case, we've been dealing with this house since 2011. This has been a stop and start type of house. People buy it, start working on it, stop, abandon it. It gets sold again, they buy it, start working on it, stop, abandon it. This has happened since 2016, I think it's been going on. It's been sold about every 2 years. It was recently purchased in a tax sale, I think last year. And we have notices out dating back to 2011, which each individual owner. We have notices back to March of 16. That owner was cited in August of 16 and found guilty. And then we have another notice back in August of 17. They were cited and found guilty. And then there was a lien request put to mow the grass back in 2018. And then there's another owner, February, there was a notice sent and they were cited. The recent owner has a repair demo out from this last October 4th. They did reach out to me, the current owner, and the son talked to me and said he was going to fix it up for his mom in response to my repair demo order. And I told him that I would work with him. The water's been off since 2010. So this property's been sitting since 2010 without water. And there are no back water and sewer fees owed because it was a write-off due to the last tax sale when it was sold. I did tell the son of the current owner that I would work with him to try to make sure proper permits and repairs and inspections are done. But because of how many times this property's been bought, started and vacated, I was going to still pursue a blight designation, and he understood that. But if he did the repairs, that I would work with him to get the blight designation rescinded. So I do have his contact info, and I am able to work with him. But I just see this property as a pattern of a start and stop repair.
Do I have a motion to Blake?
So
I'll
moved.
move. I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 So the next property is directly behind this, and it's odd, it's two different owners. It's actually a repository property, but I didn't want to request a blight designation for one and not have the property behind it also presented. The north property line of this property almost goes right against the south stairs of the property we were just speaking of. It hasn't been mowed, I don't think, in a few years. We have notices sent out. The original notices was sent out since 2011. That's how long we've been dealing with this property as well. There was notices sent out in 2016. That owner was cited in 2016 and found guilty. And another notice was sent out notice was sent out in 2015 and 2011, and then it was abandoned. Its back taxes are owed since 2008, over $10,000. And I believe it's on the repository sale list, and there's just been no response whatsoever. We're not even sure where the previous owners are, or if they're even in the state. There's an alley right against there too, just as a side note, which it also becomes a dumping ground here and there that needs to be picked up.
Do I have a motion to Blake? I'll make
I'll
the
move.
motion. Rich, you would like
Second.
second?
Yeah.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, next we have 1127 West 22nd Street. So this original case dates back to March 20th of 2019. It's vacant, abandoned. There was a notice sent in March of 19, a quality of life ticket issued in May of 19, another notice sent in June of 19, and also in July of 19. There was another quality of life ticket sent back in August of 19. All of those tickets remain unpaid. They have not been responded to. And then there were two notices sent in January of 2020. And then also an updated notice was sent in August of this year of 2022, as well as a repair demo order in October of 2022. There are back taxes owed to 2020 over $6,000. The water is active, but scheduled to be shut off, as there's about $1,900 owed in water and sewer and garbage. There is no electric, the meter's been pulled. The neighbor across the street came back and kind of gave me the rundown and said that the current owner had some health issues and moved to be closer to the hospital. His son was living there, and there was some criminal activity going on there, and the police have been there several times. He's since moved out, vacated it, and it's just abandoned, well overgrown. It has a collapsing shed in the back. The back porch roof is collapsing. And we have not gotten any response from the father or the son that were once living there.
Do I have a
Motion to
motion to
Blight.
Blight?
Aaron, motion to Blight.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, and last we have 333 East 24th Street. This current owner has owned it since 2010, but our original case starts back in October of 2016. We have notice of set in October of 16, June of 17, July of 21. There was a quality of life ticket issued last October of 21. It was not answered. There's another notice sent in October again of last year. And then I went and posted it this September 27th for keep out uninhabitable due to a call from the neighbors that people were in and out of there. I secured it the best I could. And then I'm going to file a lien today to have it boarded up because there was no response to my posting or notification. There's a repair demo order issued October 4th of this year. There are back taxes owed to 2019 and $6,697. The water's been off since last August. There's about $6,000 in water, sewer and garbage fine, and there are water liens against this property. There is no electric. The meter's been pulled. It's a duplex, and we'll board one side up and people will sneak in the other. So then we'll secure that side and the one board the other one. So it's a back and forth game, but we're going to have the entire thing boarded up within the next week or so. The neighbors let me in their backyard to take some pretty good pictures of the surrounding area. But it's been, I guess, a police issue where people have been breaking in and out of there and squatting.
All right, do I have a motion to Blight?
Move to Blight.
Second,
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
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 And those are my properties this month. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, everyone. And do I have a motion to adjourn?
I have a question,
Yeah,
actually.
Dave.
So you went through a lot of numbers at the beginning. It seems like there's been a lot of progress on the blighted properties. Am I reading that correctly? Or are you comfortable with the amount of progress being made?
Yeah, I will say, we've been extremely aggressive this year. A lot of that comes with the funding from the land bank through the Erie County Land Bank and the Gaming Revenue Fund. So we've been fortunate there. And then, like I said, this last round is the first of our blight mitigation from the American Rescue Plan. So that 15 properties is going to be part of at least 85 acquisitions by the Redevelopment Authority from the blighted property list. And that doesn't include the East Bayfront Greenway Trail Project, which, is out for developer RFP right now, or design consultant RFP right now. So, over the next couple of years, we're going to be extremely aggressive in the fight against blight within the neighborhoods. We've definitely seen a pattern of blight going south, into some areas where we haven't seen it in recent years. So we're going to continue to go at it as aggressively as we can.
Okay, that's good. Good positive development. Thank you.
All right, do I have a motion to Blight? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Aaron.
Second,
Second. Second.
thank you, Dave. All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks. See you next month.